right. Hello, everyone. I'm going to double check that the audio is working correctly. It is. Hello, everyone online. We're going to start here in just a minute. We have about 4 minutes. 4 minutes before we start the rehearsal. So if you are logging on and hearing the recording of this, fast forward 4 minutes. We're going to do the high G sectional first, about half an hour of that, and then we are going to do the full group. So, and tonight we're playing, what are we playing tonight? Tonight we are playing Above the Northern Lights, Christmas is Coming, God Rest You Merry Gentlemen, the John version of that, and then Merry Christmas Polka. We're going to do tonight as well. So that gives you some idea which song sheets you need. And okay, so I'll put this link up on the website. Delete, come on, Shift, highlight, link, enter, edit, settings, open link in new window, update, hold, update. Alright, so that'll get people coming into the live chat. And close this window, public. So that should get everybody in here. Here's that. I think we're in. Critter, hey, what's going on? Okay, good to see you. We'll be starting here in 1 minute. I haven't looked at the sheet music since I got the first draft of it, so I'm not as prepared as I want to be tonight. We'll take a look at that one. This one first. Oh, that's right, we got 2 high G versions. All right, let's see. I can hear you now. Good. That's always, hearing me is a mixed blessing. Hey, Lindy. How are you tonight? Good to have you. Let's see. Okay, I think we've got, so we should have that working correctly. All right, it looks like we're at 7 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get started and see how many people are ready. I need to click on this to make sure it's working properly. Page. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, good. It works perfectly. All right. Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, Rita. Good evening. Nobody said good evening back. What the heck, man? Thank you for entertaining my childish needs. We're going to look at John's version of God Rest You Jerry Mentalman, and so pull that one up first, please. Better plug in, or you guys will eventually just go bloop and vanish. Let's see. Hey, Kat, welcome in. Elizabeth, let the Uke times roll. Yeah. And Critters, glad to see you don't need that hat anymore. Looking good. I got a haircut this week. I felt very, I don't know, like it was a rite of passage or something. So
But you know, we're after hours.
All right, I need you to focus in. Gene, you have a question.
Yes, can you please suggest some fingering for measure 66?
God rest you, merry gentlemen, the pipeline version. Dun, 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 measure 66.
Oh, yeah.
Ah. Are you playing the high G2 or high G1? One.
Doing way up there. I see Oh, I see.
Okay, so you guys focus in for just a second. Go to line number 66.
And which song?
God rest you, merry gentlemen, the pipeline.
Just want to make sure it's all
Okay. So the question measure 66 is how in the heck do we figure that? And I think you have a couple of choices. One would be to put your index finger on the 6 of your first string and then be ready to clonk down pinky, ring, and middle on the 7th fret. Okay? And so it's like, that would be one suggestion. That way you've got the 6 covered, and then your pinky's going to do the 7. So it's kind of awkward at first to put it down because your index is on the 6 and then your pinky's on the 7. But you're going to pull your index finger up. As soon as you're done playing that 6, you can pull your index finger up, and it's going to go over to the 4 on the 3rd string. So you should be able to make that stretch, probably. The other possibility is to skip the 6 altogether and just play 7, rest, 7, 7, 7, and then move on with your life. That's the other possibility. I will tell you that when I'm playing, I skip lots of notes. It turns out not all notes are made equally, and so you don't necessarily need to have them. Now, for those of you with high G2, your fingering looks pretty straightforward. I don't think I would change at all what John has put here. I think that to me makes sense. It's a little bit all over the fretboard, but not terrible, and so you should be able to reach. The worst stretch is that 7 down to the 2. Just make sure your pinky is on the 7, and then your index finger is going to hit the 2, and then middle finger on the 3. So so those would be my basic suggestions. Does any of that make sense, Gene?
Yeah.
It does? Okay, good. Let's see, what else would I be looking at? Okay, good. All right, so let's take a look at it from the beginning and just double check. Those of you who are online, the low G people meet separately and the baritone people meet separately, so there's not much. If you're playing one of those two instruments, you might not get anything out of this. We will start at 7:35 tonight, so you can drink wine until then. All right, so how many high G1 players here? Most of you. And how many high G2 players? Oh, a good number. Okay, so what it looks like to me is the high G1 players, you get a ton of chords through the middle of this, and there's a couple of kind of cool chords in here, and then after that there's a whole lot of similarity between those two parts. So so hopefully it'll be pretty straightforward for all of us. So let's see. Okay, let's just start from the top. Let's walk through it a little bit. Grab your ukuleles, please. Now, you have 2 measure number 1s, right? So measure number 1 is actually 0, and the other measure number 1 is actually 1, okay? So you might want to make a note of that. Yeah, so then when you have that measure 0, just cross it out. Okay, we're never going to do it. So that first measure just does not exist, please. Measure 1 will be measure 1, and I have a 3-beat count in. You guys have the first note, it's on the 3rd beat. There's no reason to have a 7-beat count in. So we will start on measure 1, and measure 0 does not exist. Okay, so cross that out so you're not confused. All right, we'll start off with all quarter notes. So let's take that in kind of slow and just see how you do. Okay, from the top, 3 beat counting, and then you go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Slow down. 1, 2. Dum 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 dum. 1, 2, 3. Bum wum bum bum bum. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bum. Now what's going to happen there? Measure 11. Okay, so what John put in there is a fermata with the 2 little slashes underneath that. What that means is they're going to be stupid long, right? So it's going to be a stupid long fermata. It will not be as long as I want it to be because I think it's funny, but it'll be pretty long, right? Okay, and so now then the rest of that measure is blank. So I will give you just a 1 beat counted, and then we're going to go there. But the one thing I heard, only one person mess it up. But remember, when you get to as you're playing your ukulele, be checking those notes up above at measure 9, that whole note, 4 full beats, right? And I know from years and years of screwing it up myself, if you don't count your long notes, you're definitely coming in early, okay? So when you see a whole note or a half note in your head, you're 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever it is, because you'll come in early otherwise. Did you have a question?
Yeah, are
Cindy?
we strumming or picking?
For now, let's have you strum.
Okay.
Okay, for now, let's have you strum. I think strum is going to be best. I'm going to write down that I said strum.
Good idea.
And then when John gets here, he'll be like, oh no, my artistic sensibilities are ruined. All right, so for measure 12, please. Okay, I'll give you a 4 beat count in. Again, the speed picks up here a little bit, and so, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Okay, I'm going to mark that or I'll forget. 1, 2, 3, 4, 12. 2, 3, bum 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 bum. Dun dun 14, dun 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 15. 2, 3, 4, and 16. 2, 3, dun 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 dun. 3, 4, good. 20, dun 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 dun. 21, 2, 3, 4. All right, well, let's back up a second. We're going too fast for the high G2 people right now. All right, so I'm going to slow it down. And again, nobody cares if you hit the right notes right now. You're just trying to figure out the basic layout of what you're going to have to learn. Okay, so for measure 12, a little bit slower, please. 1, 2, 3, 4. 12, 2, 3, 4, 13, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 16. 3, ba, ba, 1, 2, 3, and 18, 2, 3, 4, 19, 2, 3, 4, 20, 2, 3, 4, 21, 2, 3, 22, 2, 3, and 24, and 2, and 24, dun, 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 5, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 6, 2, 3, 4, and 7, 2, 3, dun, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 30. 1, 2, 3, and 2, 33, 34, 35, 2, 3, 36, 37, 38, 9, 40, 1, 42, dun dun dun, bum, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 8, 3, 4, 9, 2, 3, 4, 50, 2, 3, 4. 3, 1, 3, 6, 7, 3, 4, 1, 2. 5, 2, 3, 4, 6. 10, 7. All right. Yay, we just found out where we got to work. All right, let's go to 66. Go to 66. So we talked about that for high G, or for high G1, high G2. You guys have, you're up on 7. You got to get back to 2. That sort of stuff. That's a little bit challenging. Those of you who know how to do it, you might look at changing that 2. Turns out to be a 7 on the next string up, and that 3 turns out to be a 7 on the next string up. So you could have 7, 7, 7 there as well. And write it out like that. Could, right? All right, so we'll go a little bit slower at 66, okay? And all right, Elizabeth, your question is pretty complicated, and I don't think I can answer it just reading it here. So send me an email, and then I will read it, because I bet what you're saying makes sense, but I don't know what exactly. Okay, 66, please. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8. 2 and 3 and 4. Let's go back. So think of it this way: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So count your 8th notes. I think it'll be a little easier. Okay, and it's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard no matter what. 66 again. Even slower. 65 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 6 and 2 and 3 and 4. 7, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 2 and 3 and 4 and 9 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 70. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 2. Dun 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 dun. Bum. Okay, I want to talk about this measure specifically. Okay. We're going to practice it. We're going to practice a thing called musician survival. Okay, musician survival. You're on your first night reading through this. 12 weeks from now, you're going to go 232 020 303 232. Tonight, you're going to play 2032. Right? Just one note on each beat. Okay? So do it with me right now. I'm going to count in from 72. 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, so now don't forget, you got that 4. That 4 is in an awkward position, right? So don't fall asleep in measure 73. Okay, same thing. Those of you who are all that, okay, if you're positive you can do it in proper timing, do the other notes. But those of you that are like, oh, this is a lot for night number 1, play the 2, the 0, the 3, and the 2. That's the melody right there. The rest of it's decoration. I'm starting on 72, you're starting on 73. 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. 76. 1 and 2 and 3 and 7. 2 and 3 and 4 and 8. 2 and 3 and 4 and 9. 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2. All right. Same project, right? If you're brand new tonight to the sheet music, at measure 80, what are you really going to play? 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, now you can play it, right? Okay, so start at 78. Okay, I'll count you in from 77. 7, 2 and 3 and 4 and 8. 2 and 3 and 4 and 9. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 2, 3, 4 and 1. 2, 3, 4, 2. 2, 3, 4, 7. 2, 2, 0, 3, 2, 3, 4, 9, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, and 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4, 9, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, down 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2. Don't go fast. Take your time and get it right. To da da dum bum 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 bing 2 3 4 bing 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 12 13 14 15 16 2 3 4 1 2 2 3 4 okay. So a couple things I noticed. That second, and I think this is what Elizabeth is talking about here online. The second half of that song is identical to the first half of that song. You could probably just learn the first half and maybe even delete the other pages, right? Just get them out of your life, sort of thing. Put your own personal repeat in there or whatever. Also, it's pretty clear we played the quarter note stuff without really any problem, right? So you're not going to work on that section. You don't need to at home. You can play that. The sections you do want to work on are those where the 16th notes are, and those are going to be blisteringly fast if you try to play everything. So one, try to play everything and learn to do it, right? But two, at some point you're like, that's not happening, and just play the first beat. It's perfectly fine, honestly. No one will ask for their money back. In all these years, I keep waiting for the day. It hasn't happened yet, but we did get one piece of hate mail once, which I loved. All right, questions about this so far? This one should be nothing, right? Hopefully. Perfect. I shouldn't say that, right? All right. So hopefully that'll go well. Let's take a look at Jerome's piece, the Merry Christmas Polka. Now, I put this in my book under M for Mary, but if you want to put it in your book under T for the.
5 and 6.
Great. So, how do I express my love for Jerome? Okay. 250 years ago, they came up with this notation, I believe, measures 5 and 6, because they were writing sheet music with a quill. Okay, and so copying all that stuff in measure 4 into measure 5 and measure 6 was kind of a bummer, right? So they came up with this little thing, a little percentage sign, which means play the same measure that you just played exactly the same way. Okay, so that thing at measure 5 says play the same thing you just played at measure 4, and at measure 6 is saying play that again. Okay, so all that is a way to tell you, hey, that previous measure you just did, do that some more. Okay, and you could imagine in some of these giant orchestral scores how handy that was if you had got an ink pen, right? That you would be like, trumpets, just play B flat for 700 measures, right? And then they don't have to think, and you don't have to think, and everybody's happy. These days we have this thing called cut or copy and paste, right? And so, I think Jerome gets a kick out of this little thing here, but it's no longer a necessary thing for you to know, unless Jerome is in your orchestra, which he is, and we're lucky to have him.
But he got him on 3 pages.
What's that?
If he hadn't have done that, he might have taken.
Yeah, so
4
those are
pages with 2 measures on it.
the other thing. Jerome is passionate about not turning pages of it for his own personal music, so he retabs just about everything, and I think he's getting it super small on the paper and stuff. So anyway, I tell him not to do that, but he does anyway. So So let's see how you do. Cindy,
How about measure 4, chords to be dampened?
we're not going to worry about that yet, okay? But that does mean is we're probably going to pluck those chords rather than strum those chords, okay? At least for now. So give yourself, so think about just plucking them in there for now. We may damp them, and we'll see how that sounds. We want him to be in the room, and he can make the final decision about how it sounds. The other thing that happens in this, which I love, is that he sort of sectioned things off for us to think about. And so let's go through it little by little, figure out what's going to go well and what's not going to go well. And Lindy reports online that we love Jerome. So, all right, here we go. From the top, again in 4/4, thank goodness. Love this Christmas music, right? It's always in 4/4 or 3/4. All right, I'm going to give you 1, 2, and then you're going to come in, right? So you come on beat 3 and is where you come in. 1, 2, 3, bum bum bum, right, bum 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 bum. Okay, and we'll do it at 120 eventually, but tonight we'll do it about 90. Okay, I'll give you 2 and a half beat count in. 1 and 2 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. There we go. All right, let's talk about that, okay? So you had a rest at the beginning of measure 4, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's oompa, 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 okay? And you don't play on you play on pa, okay? So it's a little, the first 50 times you do it, you're like, I don't know what's going on. And then one day you do it and you're like, oh, that's easy, okay? So it's really rest pa, rest pa, rest pa, rest pa. And that's how you want to think about that. Or 1 and, 1 and, 1 and, 1 and, okay? Once you get it, it's great. And you look how many measures of that you have.
Lots.
Okay, 10,000, okay? So if we get it right, and it'll be much easier when we have the rest of the group in here, because guess what the bass player is going to do? He's playing on the on beat, so he's going to go bong, and you're going to go plunk, and you're going to go bong, and you're going to plunk, right? And so, so we're giving you tall cotton. When we get, you know how bass players are. You never depend on them when you need them, but he's going to be ready for it. All right, here we go. Measure 4, okay? 1 pa, 2 pa, 3 pa, 4 pa, 1 pa, 2 pa, 3 pa, 4 pa, 1 pa, 2 pa, 3 pa, 4 pa, 1 pa, 7 pa, 8 pa, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 3 and 4, 19, 2 and 3 and 4 and 20, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 24, 2, 3, 25, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3 and 4 and 7, 2 and 3 and 4 and 8, 2, 3, 4 and 9, 2, 3, 4, 30, 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 7, whatever, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 and 3, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, ba ba 8, 2, 3, 4, rest 2, 3, 4 and 42 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 2, dun dun, 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 8, 2 and 3 and 4 and 9 and 2, 3 and 4, 50, dun dun dun, 1, 2, 3, dun dun 2, dun 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 3, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 55, 2, 3, bum bum 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 9 and 3 and 4 and 62 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 2, 3 and 4 and 4 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 2, 3, 4 and 6, 2 and 3, 4, 7, 3 and 1, 2 and 3, 4, 9, 2, 3 and 72 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, bum bum 2, 3 and 4 and 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, ba-dum bum bum. Okay. All right. The toughest measure here is that last one, right? You got a dotted eighth up against the 16th. So the way you read it is 1 and 2 and 3, right? That's what you're going to play. That's not really what you're going to play. That's what you're reading. The first eighth note's longer. That second note is the 16th note. So real fast. Second note's regular eighth, regular eighth, regular eighth. And then we got a quarter note, bink, at the end. Okay? Questions about what you saw in there? This one will take a little more work at home, right? All right. Yeah. So let's see. What else should we talk about? Let's play it one more time. We'll escort in the high G players and the baritone players with the Merry Christmas polka. Okay. Honestly, for a first read through, that didn't sound half bad, and we're missing 3 of the parts. So, so good job, you guys. All right. Here we go. From the top. That speed felt a little on the fast side right now, but I think I'm only going to slow it down a tiny bit. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. Sorry, let me do a better job counting them. Remember, it's 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3, and then you go. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3. Dun, 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 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1. Pop, 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 5, 6. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 2, 18, 2, 3, 4, 9, 2, dun 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 dun, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, dun dun dun, 3, 4, and 8, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 30, dun dun dun, bum bum, beautiful, bum bum bum, bum bum bum, 3, 2, 3, dun dun, 4, dun 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 dun, 5, 2, 3, 4, and 6, 2, 3, 4, Saddam, okay, go. Bum, bum, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 2, 3, 4, and 40, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4, 2, da-dum, bum, ba-dum, good. Dun, dun, 4, and 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 2, and 3, and 4, 6, dun, 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 bum, bum, good. 3, and number 8, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 9, and 2, 3, and 4, and 1, ba-dum, 2, 3, 3, dun dun, 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 2, 3 and 4 and 4, bum 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 2 3, ba dum bum 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 bum. All right, let's stop there. I do want to talk about one measure, measure 16. Measure 16. So you have to hit the F chord first, right? And then you have to switch to F minor, and that can be a lot. So if you are newer, or if that's going to be a problem, what should you do?
Skip it.
Either play the F and then not the next 3 chords, or don't play the F and play the last 3 chords, right? So switching from F to F minor is a little bit challenging, and so if you and we thank Jerome for that. And so if you're not going to do it well, right? Obviously practice it at home until you can do it well, or play one or the other, right? So just be.
No A string.
What's that?
No A string.
No A string. I don't have the tab here, so yeah. So okay, so no A string on it. We don't need it. A strings are for chumps, right? So yeah. So yeah, he's got that set up on the lower notes. Okay, good, beautiful. All right. Okay, what time is it? 7:33. Thank you guys for being back early. So next week we're going to have about 4 songs, I think, new, right? So I'm waiting on a few people just to get me sheets of this, that, and the other thing. So we're going to have quite a bit of music next week. So we'll have a sectional next week for sure, and it may be a little bit longer, and then we may stay a little bit later next week. Not a lot. 8:30 is the absolute dead on cutoff time, but we may have to stay a little bit later next week. Tonight, I don't think we will. All right, several things. I have 9 announcements. Kari is responsible for 8 of them. Okay.
Wine, I know.
So be happy she doesn't have your email addresses, because she will send you stuff. 1, you need to send Kari your name, address, phone, and email. I have a list in the Jolly Roger system that has your email on it, and that's it, right? And so it's just an automatic system, and I don't want to keep any of your personal information on the site and all this stuff. So what we don't have for many of you, especially newer players, is your name and your phone. We like to have your address in case you drop dead in the middle of a rehearsal. We know where to drop your body off at, okay? And because we're not going to spend money on an ambulance, because they're very expensive these days, so we'll just load you up, take you home, drop you in the front yard, and that'll be that. So I will remind us on the email, but if you can just, that's Kari, stand up, Kari, that's Kari. If you're new.
And I was going to say, if you're new, I probably need it. If you've been around a while, I probably have it. If I have emailed you in the past, you know you don't need to worry about it.
Okay, good. So that's who needs to have your info. And she has an Amway dealership. She'll send you a little bit about that. But you know, I bet you the young people don't even know what Amway is, which is interesting, right? All right. Next, King Supers.
King Supers. If you guys, on your King Supers card, you can designate a charity. Some of you may already have done that, but the Ukulele Orchestra is a charity, and we make a fair amount of money, and it's not anything you pay, it's something they pay us from their profits. So please take profits from the big guy and bring them to the little guy. So on the sign-in table is instructions on how to do that. And it tells you at the bottom of your receipt, you support Rocky Mountain Ukulele Orchestra. So it's a great way. It's how we pay for our dinners that we have twice a year.
Can you just do that with one charity?
You can only do one charity.
Yeah. So if you're already given,
Choose wisely.
yeah.
Wisely.
If you're giving money to another charity and you feel strongly about that, keep doing that. But if you're not giving your money to a charity, just go in and it takes about 5 minutes to sign up. And then when you type in your number to check out, then we get a little bit of money from that. And it's not a little bit of money; it's a couple $1,000 a year we get out of that. So
Like
that
$500 or $600.
yeah, so it's your Chipotle. So and we get that for free from the King Supers. And so if you haven't signed up for anything, or please think about giving us as your charity. Third thing, I'm doing in reverse order. I don't know why. Name tags. Kari has the name tag stuff. Yes.
It's on the table.
Okay. So.
Many of us already have our name tags, we just never remember to bring them.
So if you've been around a while, please remember to put your name tag on. There are some of you who've been around for a couple of years. I don't know your name, right? Because we never have a chance to chat, and you haven't been a problem. Like you're just easy to get along with, and and you sign up on PayPal and it works the first time, and so I never get to know your name really. So if you'll start wearing a name tag, and I'll do a better job of wearing mine, and it'll be an easier way for us to pretend that we know you. And so let's do that, guys. Next. Remember the pandemic? Any of you remember that? We were working on what I thought was going to be a wonderful concert called The Magical Ukulele. And we got to March, and then that was the end of that. So those of you who did arrangements for The Magical Ukulele, I want you to go back and look at those. One, fix them because they were miserable arrangements. But will you take a look at that information? I want to do that for this coming spring. I want us to take that music that we were working on, dredge it back up. Those of you who are here, do not pull that music up. We'll get you all new sheets for it. But so the theme for spring is the magical ukulele.
You don't think that's going to be a jinx?
I know. Well, this new virus that's going around, man, oh man, are people getting it bad? And it's like I have two friends who've gotten it already, and they were doing honestly nothing, and they just got sick with it. So yeah, so we might be tempting fate, but yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit more about the magic ukulele theme? Like what is it exactly?
So what did we had a witch thing.
Love potion number 9.
We had love potion number
Magic
9.
Day, Magic carpet ride.
Magic
Ringo
carpet ride.
Belly, Shake it off. Tartanella Napolietta, something like
Something.
that. Witchy woman. You've got a friend in me.
We do Season of the Witch.
Did we? I don't know. Remember Season of the
Those are
Witch?
the ones that we had.
Those were the ones we had. Will you send me that list? I don't have that list anymore. Would you send that to me? And then I think we were planning on doing a Harry Potter medley, and if I remember right, the Fleas have a Lord of the Rings thing they do, and so those are the sorts of things. Here's the secret. Okay, you want a secret? You want a duet or a trio right now? Guardians of the Galaxy. Every great song ever written is in that show, right? So go take a look at those songs. You're like, yeah. It's like this random non-magical song, but it's from Guardians of the Galaxy, right? So that's what we're thinking, right? So think about
magic or space?
that's space. Well, it's magic to go through space, right? So
Magical, he had those songs available to him after being snatched off Earth.
Right, there you go. See, so there it was magic. My next thought here is, how about them Broncos? Okay. Next is Christy will be gone next week, and Christy is usually instrumental in helping set up the chairs. So if you are available around 6:30 next week and wanted to help set up chairs, it would be super helpful if you just showed up a little bit early. It takes about 10-15 minutes to set them up. She gave me the numbers to use, and it looks like her numbers are good. Okay. Third, small groups. I have very little information on them. So who's got a open small group so far? So I know Mike has a small group, does anybody know what Mike is planning?
Yes.
He told me. What is it?
The song?
Yeah.
Well, we thought we were doing Christmas songs, so it's 12 Days of Christmas.
The 12 Days of Christmas Hawaiian style. So that's a funny song. And I know the Christmas Pod, are they? I'm looking at
Yeah,
you.
we have our second library asking us to.
Do we really?
Okay. So Kari wants to get out of running the Christmas Pod. So somebody should step up to learn how to run the Christmas Pod this year, so that you can do it next year. It is.
Free training.
It is thankless. It is.
No, it's not thankless.
The money goes the wrong direction. You have to go to libraries where there's all these crummy little kids running around, and you're supposed to sing to them. You have to be nice to the public. But there's refreshments. Yeah.
And if you're interested in joining up, let me know. Drop me a line. Gary's going to have I'm sure he's going to have my email in
Yeah.
next week's thing.
Yeah.
We've got a fairly, we've got a batch of tunes all set, and it's not, it's mostly strum and sing, but we like to do it in parts and have fun with it. And we have John Gryman's amazing collection of rhythm instruments that we take turns getting out and playing, and also providing for the kids so they get to stand up there and play with us when we do it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so give some thought to joining the Christmas Pod, and it is a lot of fun, honestly. Who else has got a small group there? Red?
Jerry has Colorado Christmas.
Red and Jerry are doing, is it just Jerry, or do I say Red and Jerry?
No, we would say Tricia.
Say Tricia.
Tricia's not here.
Let's just put it on Jerry since she's not here. And it's Colorado Christmas, is that what you're
Colorado
gonna do?
Christmas by the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band.
Okay,
It's
okay.
going to be dedicated to Doc Hollywood, and you know who I'm talking about.
Sure. There is a banjolele pod underway. If you own a banjolele, you could admit to it around here. Just don't admit it to me. And I don't remember. You guys are working on. There was something funny. Grandma got run over by the reindeer. Okay. Reindeer. Okay. All right. Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Who else is doing this?
Please, of course.
Fleas, of course. Right, but that's not open. You guys are not. You guys are not open, right? I've got your emails. So.
We're closed.
Yeah.
You have to sleep in our bed and it doesn't
Okay,
work.
so here's what that means. We.
TI.
All right, and yeah, I don't know.
We'll bring the dogs.
You are also welcome to start a small group, right? It doesn't have to be one of these groups. So that's the kind of scary, dangerous thing. And when you start a small group, your goal is to get to celebration night, and then who knows what happens after that, right? Sometimes you get in when you're terrible, and sometimes you don't get in when you're awesome. And so that's why I have a bad reputation, is I get to decide. So, I have other reasons why I have a bad reputation, but that's one of them. And so, if there's a song you want to do that's fitting with the theme in one way or another, give it. Let me know about it. Don't let somebody else pick it first, like we have with Mike and John both picking "God Rest You Merry Gentlemen," and start putting that stuff together. Be brave, right? Okay, small groups. Next week at 6:30, we're going to have a how to download songs into your phone.
Then we have to be here at 6 to put the chairs out.
Well, other people will be here, so don't worry. We'll
Okay.
come at 6:30 next week. If you do not know how to download a song from the website to your phone and then use the Tempo Slow app to slow it down, it's actually a super handy tool for practicing, because you always have your phone sitting there. And so you take the song, you download it into your phone, you slow it down, and then you play along with the MP3. That will make you a much better, much faster player if you do that. And so if you don't know how to do that, Kari and a few others are going to give a little class on that.
Right. We're going to be, don't forget, you're supposed to be asking for volunteers to help.
Oh yeah, and anybody who does know how to do that, especially on an iPhone. The iPhone is complicated because it puts it in your phone and it doesn't tell you where it put it. And so Android is pretty straightforward, but in the iPhone. So if you're doing that now and you're willing to help people with that, please come next week at 6:30. We'll call that the Tempo Slow temporary ensemble, and they will meet at 6:30 next week. Okay? Yeah. Last, they called me up and they said, we have the tickets ready to go. Should we put them on sale? And I said, yes. So you can get your tickets now. I'm going to give you 1 week, and then I'm going to tell the public, okay? So you got 1 week to get your favorite seats. I know a few of you have the seats that your family wants. Buy them now, and then that way, because I want us to sell out. This thing's going to be a good concert. This music we're doing, most of it's pretty good, and so I want to have a full house for that. Yeah.
So for small groups practicing before rehearsal starts at 7, how early can we get?
So you may not come before 6. Don't ever show up before 6, because there's all these little kids they have here, and they somehow don't want anybody to steal them or anything. So they get real funny. But 6:15 is fine. Yeah.
And like the doors open?
Yep. I'm working to be myself here by 6 every whatever day we meet, Mondays, and so I will try to make sure that door's open by 6:15. Okay, yeah. Years ago, there was a woman who read, the very first woman who read. Man, she was like, "Don't you dare be in this building." The current woman is pretty chill, but so we learned our lessons. So don't be here ever before 6. But 6:01 apparently is fine. So, but I will make sure the doors are open by 6:15. Okay. Other questions? Beautiful. We have 4 songs to play. And let's just do them in alpha.
That's
So.
what I did in 8 times 5.
I know, so you get it guaranteed. So let's grab Above the Northern Lights, please. And let me see what's going on here. Yes, a critter, I think it's a great question. Those of you guys that are online only, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and turn your name into Kari, because when we do the program, your name gets generated from that list, and so your name will not be on the program if you don't send your information to Kari. So yes, that's for you online people. Elizabeth says new coach. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. Also, it is interesting. The COVID is no longer free, right? Or those shots. So check with your insurance providers. Elizabeth is reminding me on that. Go get it. You're going to get it, and you want to be safe. And then Caitlin says, I nominate someone to arrange Superstition by Stevie Wonder for the magical. That's a good one, right? We've never done a Stevie Wonder thing.
What a great.
All right, somebody got your work cut out. Superstition. All right, Above the Northern Lights. Let me put a metronome on for fun. All right, so David, Mike, I'll give you a 3-beat count-in, and then we'll go, okay? You guys come in on measure 2. I'm actually not going to put a measure 0 in on this. It's just going to be measure 1 and then go. Or I'm going to conduct measure 1. You guys are actually going to come in on a real measure 2, okay?
We've got something.
Yeah, we have something, and that whoever runs the bell is just, right? Okay, they don't need to count it. All right, they are the count-in. All right, there's the beat. Okay, I'm gonna go at concert speed right now. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1. Okay, don't think we're clear. Mike, I'm gonna give you 1, 2, 3, go. Yes. So you get 1, 2, 3, go. Yep. The challenge of me adding on an accounted measure onto everything we do most of the time. Okay? I'll give you 3 beats and then you come in. Okay? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, and 8, 2, 3, 9, 2, 3, 10. Dun, dun, dun. And 2 and 2 and 3, 2, 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 5 and 2 and 3 and 6, 2 and 3 and 7, 2, 3 and 8 and 2 and 3 and 9 and 2 and 3 and 10, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 2, 3 and 4 and 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 7, 2 and 3 and 8 and 2, 3 and 9 and 2 and 3, 4, 30, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Pretty good on that 16th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3 and 6, 2, 3 and 7, 2, 3 and 8, 2, 3, 9, 2, 3, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 42, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3 and 5, 2, 3 and 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3 and 8, 2, 3 and 9 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, 51, 2, 52 and 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2 and 3 and 6 and 2 and 3, 7, 2 and 3 and 8, 2, 3 and 1, 2 and 60, 2 and 3 and 1 and 2, 3 and 2 and 2. 2, 3 and 6, 2, 3, 7, 2 and 3 and 8 and 2 and 3, 9 and 2 and 3 and 10, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 3, 2 and 3 and 4 and 2, 3 and 5 and 2 and 3 and 6, 2, 3, 7, 3 and 2, 3 and 9 and 2 and 3 and 10, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 84, 5, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3 and 7, 2, 3 and 8, 2, 9, 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3, 91, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3 and 6, 2, 3 and 7, 2, 3 and 8 and 2 and 3 and 9, 2 and 3 and 0, 2, 3, 101, 2, 3 and 2, 2, 3 and 1 and 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. That last note, when you make it, you do not let go of it. Period. Right? So if you're a 12, you hold that 12. Don't let go of it till next week. Okay? Okay? Just hold it. No, hold it, because it's going to be cool. Yeah. this is a great chance, those of you guys that are up the neck, 10s, 8s, 7s, 12s, that type of stuff, I really want you to work on those, because if we got to get those tones clean and pretty and nice, and it's a little bit of a challenging area to play, because our ukuleles are all out of tune up there anyway, right? And so we want to get them as clean as we can. So work on this piece on those high notes to make sure that when it says 12, it is just the prettiest 12 that can possibly come out of your ukulele. I think that's going to be a good piece. That feels slow to me.
73?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
It's
I
okay,
wouldn't
you can
think
be
it's
slow for a little
a lot.
while.
What's that?
You can be slow for a little while.
All right, we'll leave it slow for now.
We're taking a lot.
You don't want to do it at 140? You gotta spend more time with Jerome, man. All
I
right.
spent a lot of time. Don't
All
tell
right.
Linda.
All right. Good. All right, that's going to be fine. That's going to be a perfectly fine piece. All right, next, I am showing Christmas is Coming, right? All right, we know that the chords on this are super challenging and they're going to be super cool, but this isn't something that you're just probably going to be able to sight read, and so spend a little bit of time each week looking through this at home and coming up with your best plan, okay? We're going to play it top to bottom. I'm not going to stop no matter what, okay? Now, remember you got to repeat in here, so let's talk about that. Make sure you know what you're doing. When you get to measure 47, where are you going to go? 21. When you come back the second time and you get to the end of 41, where are you going to go? To 48. Okay? Now, probably the one thing that's going to blow this for us is 3 or 4 of you are going to read right into that measure, that first repeat the second time. So make a big old mark somehow that's serious, like go to number 48. Because if you do it, it's going to sound great. If you don't, it sounds really funky really quickly. All right, I'm not stopping, no matter what. Easy, okay? Okay. All right. Yeah, let's go with that. No, that's too fast. Okay, let's see what happens. It'll be fun. Bruce, I'll send out an email with that information on it. Thank you for asking that question. So those of you out of town, you'll have information on how to get a hold of Kari. I'll send an email out with that. All right, here we go. I think Mike, you and I start. Okay. Okay, so measure 0 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 3, 2, and here we go. And 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6. Dun 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 dun. 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, and 3, and 4, and 9, 2, 3, 4, 10, 2, and 3, and 4, 11, 2, and 3, and 4, and 12. 2 and 3 and 4 through 2 and 3 and 4 and 14, 2 and 3 and 4 and 15, 2 and 3 and 4 and 16, dun dun dun, 17, 2 and 3 and 4 and 18, 2 and 3 and 4 and 19, 2 and 3 and 4 and 22, dun dun dun, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4, 3, 2, 3, 4 and 4 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, dun 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 dun, 9, 2, 3 and 4 and 10, dun 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 dun, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 2 and 3 and 4, 6, 2 and 3 and 4 and 7, 2 and 3 and 4 and 8 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 9 and 2 and 3 and 4 40, 2 and 3 and 4, 1, done, 2, 2 and 3 and 4, 3, 2 and 3 and 4, 4, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 2 and 3 and 4, 6, 2 and 3 and 4, 7, back to 21, 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 22, 2 and 3 and 23, and 2 and 3 and 24, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 2 and 3 and 4 and 6, 2 and 3 and 4 and 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, bum, 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 9, 2 and 3 and 4 and 30, ba-dum, ba-dum, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 2, 2 and 3 and 4 and 3, 2, 3, 4 and 4, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 2 and 3 and 4 and 6, 2 and 3 and 4 and 7, 2, 3 and 4 and 8 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 9, 2 and 3 and 4 and 10, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 48, 8, 2 and 3 and 4, 9, 2 and 3, 4, 50, 2 and 3 and 4, 51, 2, 3 and 4, 2, 2 and 3 and 4 and 6, 2 and 3 and 4 and 4, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 2 and 3, 4, 6, 2 and 3 and 4 and 7, 2 and 3 and 4 and 8, and 3 and 4 and 9 and 2 and 3 and 4, 10, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2 and 3 and 4 and 3, 2, 3 and 4 and 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3 and 4, 6, 2 and 3 and 4, 7, 2 and 3 and 4 and 8, 2, 3 and 4 and 9, 2 and 3 and 4 and 10, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 2, 2, 1. It basically goes just like that. All right. So you know the chords you guys have your work cut out for you. The melody stuff sounds pretty good, but the chord stuff is a mess right now. We'll get it. The timing's a little tough on it too. So again, using that MP3, even if you're not playing along to it, just listening to it is going to give you a whole lot of help. Okay, beautiful, sort of. All right, let's go to Claude the Rest G Merry Gentleman Pipeline version. All right.
I suppose I can ask a favor.
You want a favor? No, you can't ask a favor.
I do so much.
Yeah. I do so much.
Can we get to measure 12?
Yeah,
Could we stay at 90 for the first time through?
sure. Okay. All right. John, on here, the high G that has the strums in it, I told him just to do a down strum. Did you have any other thought on that? No? That's whatever? Make a chord?
Originally didn't have anything they were going to be nothing but rest. So
Okay. So they should thank you? Okay, all right, okay.
Gave us nice chords too.
Yeah, and they're chords people have actually seen in the past, so, nice. All right, cool. Let's see. Oh, there's a 2 measure ones, okay? The first measure 1 you should just cross off. It's not gonna happen, okay? So we're talking about that right now. I've told you once, okay? Measure number 1, cross that off. The other measure number 1 has a 3-beat count in for high G and for and then for low G, you come in on the next measure, and baritone's for a while, right? You're down the road a little bit, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to hear high G go, okay? All right. All right. All right. And ignore all other things except the notes at the moment, okay? Don't worry about the tempo. I'll tell you what it is. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. And 4. 5, 2, 3, and 6. 7. 8, 9, 2, 3, and 10, 2, 3, 4, 11. That's how long he says to do it. And 1, 2, 3, and 2. 4, 2, 4, 15, 2, and 3, and 4, and 16. 3, 4, and 17. 18. 19. 20. 22, 23, and 24, 5 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 6, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 9, 2, 3, and 30, 31, 2, 3, 32, 3, 34, 35, 36, 37, 8, 2. Nice job, baritones. That was nice. 8, 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, 3, and 3, 2, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7, 8, 2, 3, 9, 2, 3, 4, 10, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and 2, and 3, and 3, and 2, and 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, boom, ba, doom, ba, boom, ba, boom, boom, 6, and 3, and 4, 7, 2, and 3, and 4, 8, 2, and 3, and 4, 9, 2, 3, 4, 10, 2, and 3, 71, 72, 2, 3, and 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, and 4, 6, 2, and 3, 76, 7, 2, and 3, and 4, and 8, 4, 9, 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6, 2, and 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, and 9, 2, 3, 4, 10, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and 3, 2, 3, and 4, bum, bum, 5, and 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 2, 3, 4, 9, 2, 3, 4, 10, 2, 3, 101, 2, 3, 102, 3, 4, 5, 2, boom, seven, boom, bum, 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 bum. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum. John's my favorite guy. All right. Okay. That one's coming out just fine. That'll be in the show. Okay. So. Good job, John. Nice. First time we played through all the way, I think. Beautiful piece of music. All right. And now, what was our last one? Oh, the polka. So we played this in high G. It sounded like nothing. So we're hoping the rest of you have something, right? It sounded like a polka. Oompa, 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 oompa. All right, let's see how it happens here. Did that feel super fast, by the way, or that last song, or okay?
It felt faster as it went along.
Yeah, we did get going faster. I was letting it go. Yeah. Okay. All right. Felt good. All right. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be faster. So yeah. No. I let you go up. I let you move up. So all right. Merry Christmas polka. Supposed to be 120. I got my thingamabob set at about 107. Not about exactly 107. Let's see how sectional. We'll see how sectionals went. Okay. I thought polkas were usually in 3. Are they?
That's what I said.
Are we wrong?
That's waltzes that are.
Waltzes are 3, but I think polkas are usually.
We figured out beer barrel polkas in 4.
Is it in 4? Are they always in 4? They're in 2. Okay.
Well, we could all try it. We could go down to Oktoberfest this weekend and try it out.
The problem with going to Oktoberfest is I wake up in Toledo, and I don't like that. So. No, that's not good for me. All right. All right. You guys go down to German. What is it? Oktoberfest. All right. Let's hear it. We go. Gee, that's a lot. Let's see. By the way, there's no count in here, so you get 1, 2, 3, go. Right? 1, 2, 3, and. Okay. So there's no zero measure. Okay. Okay. And 1, 2, 3. Da da da. 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 2, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 22, 23, 24, 5, 2, 3, 6, 30, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, ba-dum-ba, and bum-bum-bum, 40, 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, and 3, and 4, and 8, and 2, and 3, 4, 9, 3, 4, 50, 2, 3, dun dun, 2, 3, 4, bum 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 bum, ba-dum. ba 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 60, 61, 62. Dun, 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 5, 2, 3, 4, 6. Dun, 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 4 and 8. Dun, 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 9, 2, 3. Dun, 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 1, 2, dun, and 2, 2, 3, 2. Bum bum. Ba dum ba 1, 2, 3, 4. Bum ba dum. Bum. They bum. All right. So, a couple thoughts. This is awesome, and two, if you're new, right, these songs feel super fast. So you pick a note out of every measure if you can, maybe 2 notes out of every measure. And when you're practicing at home, seriously, listen to the MP3s a million times. I know that we say that all the time. And those people who do will tell you it actually helps. Even if you can't play along with it yet, you can at least listen to it, watch your sheet music, and see your part pretty clearly. This sounded really good for a first playthrough, and so obviously it's in the show, right? So you're not going to waste any time working on this. If a song is too hard, if you've been around either 1 or 2 years, or 0 years, or 1 year, or whatever, and a song is too hard, just work on the easy parts on that song, and let your peers take care of the hard stuff, and they will. Questions, comments, or concerns?
We discussed damping the chords, but that.
Oh, we did not discuss it, and we thought we thought we would play them as written and then discuss later if you want them damped for
If you don't
sure.
want to play the chords,
Yeah.
just do the null chord and
Yeah.
percussive.
Yeah. So right now we're planning on playing the chords, but I think as we move forward into this, we'll probably have some do the chord and some do.
All the high G doing it might be too much.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking exactly. So we'll divide that up down the road somewhere. But yeah, I think that'll be a cool effect. It's a really cool piece of music. I'm waiting on a few sheets from a few arrangers, and next week we're going to have quite a bit of new music, so I'll get that out as quickly as I can as soon as I have some of it. Next week on Monday before you come, double check the website that you have all of the songs. That's all I'm going to ask, right? But we're going to have quite a bit of new music for next week. You guys have a wonderful evening and a wonderful week, and I will see you next Monday. Those of you guys online, I will send you an email with stuff about how to get information to Kari. And thank you all for being here. Super fun to have all of you here. And the one thing I tell people that are online is it's a really, really challenging way to play. It's going to make the stuff you play at your house much, much better by getting really good at playing in an ensemble like this. And so please keep showing up. I know it's a weird thing to do. You're at home just playing one note or whatever, but the cumulative effect of how it'll make you a better player is going to be worth the trouble and worth the weirdness of what you're doing. So thank you all for being here, and I will see you next Monday. And send me a note or send me an email if you have questions. So there we go. Peace. Give me 1 second. No, let me shut this out. There we go. There it goes. All right, end the stream. End.